So in this video, we're going to talk about how to do the open source and what's the difference between how to the open source, inner source, and all these things. Now you might have seen a lot of license related thing. For example, let me go to a particular GitHub. For example, let me go and take mine, Sanjay. And if you have not followed me on the GitHub, please do a follow. That would be encourage me to create more of content free like this. Now Recode, Hive, Recode for analysis. So this can be an example. For example, I gave a license to this one, as you can see the license is MIT license. If you have seen a license like MIT, which means that okay, this particular content is open source and you can do open source contribution, and that's how the open source contribution maintains. And you can see chooselicense.com. For example, you can go to this site, choose license. All right, when you go over here, click on this. So here you will be able to see different kinds of license which you want. For example, if you want to work with the community and home. See, you can see different kind of license over here. So I want it to simply and permissive. So you can use MIT license for this. And I care about sharing and improvement. Then you can use this particular license for this. Now, each license gives you kind of copyright on your particular code. So there is like open source, inner source for that particular reason over here. Now let's us go and understand what kind of license we have over here. So now this is like an open source project, so anybody can come and clone this particular code and add into this particular enhancement. And again, it doesn't mean that okay, anybody can use your code for just for creating their own purpose, but you're giving them a license that okay, you can take my code and improve the things. All right, now let's dive deeper into it. All right, so now it's basically like not long ago, the software development world offered two simply distinct models. One is like open source and proprietary. So open source software, you might know the Linux, so benefited from the trademark of openness. Anyone is allowed to offer contribution, so people many do. And proprietary or software in such as like Microsoft, Windows or something like that, so they have limits on their access. So this basically like a closed system that prices and do privacy on every intellectual property. So we call them as an IP. Suppose you are a leader of a company that has made significant investment in these proprietary softwares, right? So it doesn't need to be a technology company. So business of all shapes and sizes over there. So however, you have developed a great respect for the partners used in open source, such as open source code visibilities, like project bug and features request transparency. So you also like the pull request model that simplifies the integration of external contributions. So you would really like to bring those benefits to your development teams, but don't want to be open source the company valuable software. So what you really need is hybrid that delivers the advantage of both approaches. So those kind of thing is called inner source, and which is not really open source but kind of an inner source. So which basically like hide the sensitive software developments and make some kind of part of the software public as well. So here we will be also looking into that particular way. So if you are looking for an open source program to contribute into, so this is one of the open source program. So when you go to the projects over here, you can see a list of projects available in different years. Now this particular program is going to launch again for 1 month in the October along with the Hacktoberfest. So this will allow you to focus on different projects. For example, if you search machine learning over here, you can see a different machine learning repository along with this. So these all are like open source project which you can go and contribute. So now few things regarding the open source contribution and how you can do it, I will be explaining different one. So basically like you will raise an enhancement features like this and you try to contribute and you assign that person, they will raise a pull request, and you can see there are already 572 issues closed on this one. So this is how you do open source contribution. All right, now let's understand what exactly is inner source now. So open source software can be free used, modified and shared by anyone. So using open source software, anyone can view, modify and distribute a project for any purpose with the idea that sharing the codes leads a better, more reliable software. On the other hand, inner source is a practice of applying open source patterns to a project with a limited audience. For example, a company may establish an inner source program that mirrors the structure of typical open source thing. So it on a way of doing practical, it looks similar to you. But for example, this is like an inner source program at the moment, right? So we have one particular set of people, and this is a private repository, and we have around 23 people around here, and we have different teams. So this is like an inner source program. So we don't let all the people to come and contribute to it, because we do handle some sensitive documents over here. So except that accessible to the employees for that particular company, in effect, is an open source program behind your company's firewall. So that's basically the inner source benefits. Now, the benefits is numerous. For example, it kind of reduced the friction between overall consumer team and you, and it kind of standardized the practice which you follow, and everyone follow this particular rules inside your repository. And you can set the visibilities and permission inside the particular organization, which can let who can see the particular project and who has visibilities in one particular way. That's how you do open things, and you can create a particular guidelines for each open source. For example, when you go see here code of content, so these are the numerous pledge and standards which usually follows in any of the open source contribution. All right, so there are few measure of success in these kind of programs. So first thing is like measure process, not the output, which includes code review turnaround time, pull request sizes, work in progress, time to open the particular issue, and measure against targets, not absolute, and measure teams, not individuals. So number of unique contributors to the project, number of projects reusing the code, number of cross teams, and mentions. So this is the way of you measuring the particular success of inner source and open source projects. Now, there are some fundamentals. For example, an integral part of this adopting an inner source within your team is establishing goals, milestone, and then creating a checklist of items which you need to achieve. For example, this is one of the inner source program over here. And you can see I'm creating a I have already created a dashboard where I do analyze the team, repository, projects, and developers. So using this provided checklist, so we will be able to understand and prioritize each of this program like this. So basically it works similar to the open source, but it is confined to a particular audience. So that's just what we talk about in terms of inner source. All right, so this is the quiz time again. Pause the video for some time and try to answer this question. So this will evaluate your understanding about open source and inner source and closed source programs. All right, so which of the following choices describe the relation between open source and inner source program? All right, so here inner source programs are fundamentally the same as open source program, except they are access to the limited people within the organization. Now, suppose your team has been receiving some low quality bug report without enough information to the properly diagnose. Which one of the following choices is the best way to address the issue? So the best way to address this issue is add an issue template.md, includes file reputation, repression steps, and everything. So let me show you how that one looks like. For example, let me go over here. Now you try to go here. Now click on create an issue. So you can see an issue template which is available. So this has been created in the GitHub repository. For example, you go into the Recode Hive. You go to the Stack Overflow. You go into the docked GitHub file. So when you define your MD template over here, this is the issue template which I created. So you can come back here and see how we created a YAML workflow. So this is how we created it. And when somebody click over here, this kind of create a template, which it will be easy rather than a normal template. In the normal repository, you can see you open a blank issue. There is nothing. So people don't know what to do and how to report. So this will give a streamlined approach, like creating a screenshot, select I agreed this thing. So then only it will allow you to submit your thing. So that's what it means. Now, suppose your team has been receiving that's been already answered. Suppose your team has been tracked data of all kind of since your inner source program went live 3 months ago, which one of the metrics indicates your program is a great success. So a dramatic rise in the pull requests that address your bugs in the software. So this is where we measure the success of the inner source program, right? Now, all right, so we will come back to the security things later in this program. All right, so that's all for this particular video. Thanks for watching.